Hey guys, it's Mago, or you can call me Stephanie, whichever you like, honestly. Um, I'll just get straight to it because this might be a longer video, who knows. I'm talking about Big Brother season 26, episode 10. Shit goes down. So, if I look over here, it's because I'm looking at my notes and I'm gonna need these notes. Cedric really is the HOH. Cedric is the HOH, and he really wants no blood on his hands during his HOH. Um, got some bad news for you, Cedric. M- MJ is really worried about getting backdoored. She's mentioning to other people that she does not want, like she hopes she doesn't get backdoored because of her power. She doesn't know if maybe Cedric will get worried about her power and decide to put her up, backdoor her, even though it's not really a backdoor because she can still fight or she can still get herself off of the block. Q really wants Angela or Q. Quinn really wants. I have Q written down on my notes. Quinn really wants Angela gone because, like, out of all the options, he's like, no, Angela needs to go. Angela needs to go. Um, Not Kenny. We can take Kenny off later. Angela needs to go because of like he knows that Angela knows about his powers, so he really wants her gone. Everyone else is just like, oh, Angela, why not just get rid of Kenny? Um, but Quinn is trying to put it in the air, manifest it to get Angela out. Tucker finds out Angela was right about Quinn because he's in the mountain room on his bed, and Chemo's there too, and he's talking to Chemo about it, and he's like, Angela was telling me this and this about Quinn and him having the power, and he was kind of like saying it like, I can't believe it kind of thing. But Chemo, he's like, well, since you already know, I'm just gonna confirm it to you. Quinn has the power. So Tucker asks more questions. He's like, "What is it? What does it do? What can he do?" And so uh, Chemo answers and tells him like everything he knows about the power. Um, and Tucker's like in disbelief, like probably because he really thought it was Lisa who had the power. So he might feel a little dumb that it's actually Quinn that had it this entire time. But he's not saying he feels dumb, but I feel like he might feel a little dumb since he really was pushing that it was Lisa who had the power. Um, we get a little confessional of Chemo like trying to explain why he told Tucker this information, and it ends up being, or a production makes it seem like, so we kind of, this is the only like reasons that we have. So it ends up being that the only reason Kimo really told him was because he has a little trust there with Tucker, but mainly because Tucker's hot. And Tucker is hot. So like Kimo's getting all flustered in the confessional saying like, mm, Tucker, Tucker's hot. um Production is finally showing us that uh Kenny is a loser. Uh, let me stop. Kenny really doesn't want to be there, and like they do this whole segment of like down and up, down, up, down, up about Kenny being like, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna win these challenges, and I'm gonna live another day in this house. But then it cuts to him being like, put me on the block, put me on the block. I want to go home. I wish I was on the block. Like I just want to go home to my kids and my family. The money's not worth it, kind of stuff. Like he just sounds dumb. Um, and production is finally like they put it in there. I guess they got sick and tired of him because he was saying it a lot, and even on the feeds, um, who was it who said it? It might have been Tucker, um, who said on the feeds that they told Kenny that he needs to stop saying that he wants to go home and that he doesn't want to be there anymore. And if he doesn't stop, they're just gonna end up pulling him out. And on the feeds, everyone says if you self eliminate, that you don't get your stipend, which is money that they give you for every week or however many days you're there. And I guess because Kenny wants that money, he's not self eliminating, like self evicting. Um, so they're like, if you don't stop saying that, we're just gonna self evict your, we're gonna make you self like we're gonna take you out, but this like you're still not gonna get your stipend. Um, and so yeah, so like during the competitions, um, Kenny does put like he really tries. He tries to win the competitions. So he tells Cedric, um, if he wins the veto, he's not gonna use it on himself because he wants to go home. But he doesn't say that. He just say, I'm not gonna use it on myself so I can stay on the block. And I'm gonna use it on Angela. And Cedric's like, what? Use it on Angela? And he's like, I can't have that. No, he doesn't say that to Kenny, but in his confessional, Cedric's like, I cannot have that. Angela's like the main one that like we want to go home, like or like one of the main ones. Like if we don't get Kenny out, it's Angela, and yeah. Um, veto happens. It's this battery charge thing, like core, the charge the core of Ainsley, whatever. Um, everyone messes up a lot except I think Kenny didn't really mess up that much, and Tucker didn't mess up that much. And guess who? What? Guess who won? Tucker won. Tucker won veto, and I'm so happy. I was so happy. I wanted him to win that veto. Um, I mean, I like Tucker. So I wanted him to win the veto. He didn't need to win the veto, but it's better for him to be. In my eyes, I was like, it's better for him to be off the block than on the block. So I'm cool with. Like I want him to be off the block. So I was happy that he won the veto. For like moving on in the episode, um, it comes to knowledge to us the audience that everyone knows about MJ's power. Basically everyone in the house knows about the power. Ask Quinn, he knows MJ has the power. Ask oh wait, I was about to say Angela. Angela did not know. Angela did not know about um MJ's power. Surprisingly, Kenny did know about his power, but that's just because he was there during one of these meetings or whatever. Um, but almost everybody knows about MJ's power. Tucker has a little meeting, um, or not meeting. He's in the storage room with Cam, and he ends up just telling Cam that Quinn has the power. He's the other one who has the power. Like they were talking about, I think they were talking about MJ's power at first, and then Tucker's like, you know who has the other power? Quinn. And Cam is side eyeing Quinn right now because he's in a lot of alliances with Quinn. So he's like, what's up with that? And later on, we see Cam is alone with Cedric, and again, they're talking about the powers. And Cam's like, guess who has the power? And Cedric's like, who? And Cam's like, Quinn, of all people. And Cedric's like, what the fuck? Like, Cedric's just so shocked because he's like, why didn't Quinn tell us we have these alliances together? Like, is that not what, like, is that not his main alliance? Does he have another alliance? I've seen that he's close to T-Core and Chemo. Is it, like, has he, I mean, Cam tells him that Tucker told him, and Chemo told Tucker, so they're like, Quinn told Chemo, so they're like, well, why is Quinn so close to Chemo? Is it that they have an alliance like with T-Core because they've noticed that they're close? So it's just like they're like, what is going on with Quinn? Um, Quinn is he's in trouble, and my foot got tired. My foot fell asleep. Sorry. Um, so Cedric takes this opportunity of time to try to see if he gives Quinn an like an option, like if he talks to Quinn and he gives him like a path tell him tell him that he has the power, maybe Quinn will take this and he'll finally tell him. So that's what Cedric is trying to do right now. He takes Quinn upstairs to outside and at the terrace, and they're talking by themselves at first, but then Joseph comes, so it kind of ruins it. So even if Quinn was gonna like if I was Cedric, I'd be like, well, he just ruined it. I was trying to find out. Um, like I don't know if Quinn will tell me with Joseph being here, but I don't know. They don't really talk about that in the show, so I don't even know why I mentioned it. In my head, I was thinking about that, like Joseph is there, so blah blah blah. Basically, Quinn does not end up telling Cedric anything. Like said, if anything, he just digs himself deeper in a hole because Cedric is like talking about the power and saying like, "What do you think it is? Who do you think has it? Like, do you think Lisa really had it?" And and Quinn is continuing with the, oh, Lisa probably had it. We convinced her so well that she wasn't gonna be eliminated or evicted, so that's probably why she didn't use it. She probably had it in her pocket and just never used it because she just thought she was safe. She thought that we were with her. So Cedric's just sitting there like, damn, you're really not telling me. I'm giving you this option, like this opportunity to tell me, and you're not even telling me. Um, Cedric wants MJ to like he's talking to MJ and he's trying to convince her in a way, kind of like trick her to not use her power of America's veto to get off of the block because he just doesn't want her to get off and then have to make another nomination and like he just oh wait no she's not on the block. um oh yeah, he's like he was trying to figure out a pawn because Tucker won the veto, so if Tucker uses the veto on himself, um then he would have to put someone up. That's what it was. If Tucker uses the veto on himself, then he'll have to put someone up. So he was thinking maybe I could put you, MJ. He was like implying that. And maybe you just don't use your America's veto so that I don't have to put someone else. And she's just like, that just sounds dumb to me. If I get put on the block, why would I not use my veto. I feel like she's like, I feel like that would just make me look dumb. If I get put on the block, I'm gonna use America's veto. And he's just like, okay, okay. And that's really where the conversation ends. There's a confessional of MJ where she's just like, if you put me up, you're just gonna have another, and like you're gonna gain an enemy. So, um, so it's later on, and we get a meeting of, they don't say in the show that it's an alliance, but it ends up becoming an alliance. Does this alliance really matter? No. But what really matters is what was said during this meeting, during this get together. Who was in the room was Tucker, Kenny, Cedric, and Cam. 4 people. And Tucker basically says to them he has this crazy idea. A crazy idea that he thinks will work to get one of the powers out. And the strongest power out. Because these powers are very like like one's down here, one's up here. So basically his Tucker's plan is that he won't use the power of veto on himself. He'll use it on Angela instead. And he'll so Angela will get down and Tucker will still be on the block uh to compete in the AI arena. Cedric will have to put someone up on the block to fill Angela's spot, and that's Tucker wants Cedric to put up Quinn. In Tucker's eyes, this is helping all of them. It's not like, to him, it's not just what he wants, it's something that everyone should want, because everyone should want to get rid of this power. The thing is, Tucker doesn't realize that Cedric has other alliances, and he doesn't realize that Cedric is working with Quinn. But and during the moment, Cedric was nodding his head and he was agreeing with it. He thought it was actually a good plan. But later on, he was thinking about it and he's just like, I'm too connected to Quinn and my alliances, and that just wouldn't work. So he doesn't want to end up doing it, because Tucker's main goal was to get Quinn on the block, beat him in the AI arena. So maybe take himself off of the arena because he thinks he can beat, or take himself off of the block because he thinks he can beat Quinn at the AI arena, and then it'll be Quinn and Kenny. And Tucker says we need to get rid of Quinn and get rid of the power, so Kenny would stay. But Cedric isn't into this plan. At first he is, but he thinks about it and he's not into the plan anymore. It's not shown here, but before the actual veto ceremony, Cedric tells Tucker, we don't have the votes. Don't use your veto on Angela, use it on yourself. He doesn't quite word it like that. I think he says we don't have the numbers. Or no, he says first, don't, or he says use the veto on yourself. We don't have the numbers. It was in the morning, and Tucker he was like walking away or something at the time, and I don't think Tucker heard the first half of Cedric's statement. So I think all Tucker heard was we don't have the numbers, because all Tucker ended up saying was fuck the numbers. Like he said, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. And Cedric's like, oh, and doesn't really say anything back to that either. So that's that. We get to the veto meeting. Uh, the veto ceremony, whatever you want to call it. Um, it's a big, it's it's a big moment in this episode, and Tucker he has a little speech where he's like, "It's time to play this game. The game is getting stale. I want to do big moves and get big players out." And he's like, and that's why he takes off the veto necklace. He puts it on Angela. He said, "Here, Angela, I'm giving you the veto." Uh, and he uses the veto on Angela, and Angela's safe, and Angela's just like, like she's looking at Tucker like he's a saint, or he's like a guardian angel who just came down upon her and helped and like saved her life in this game. um, and and so yeah, Angela's just like, oh my god, I had no idea, because she really had no idea, because Tucker didn't run this through with her. Everyone is shocked, or are they? I'm gonna mention something in the next um, video because it comes up in the next episode. But people are shocked. So now it's Cedric's turn to renom to select someone to be nominated in Angela's place, and he picks MJ, not Gwen. And Tucker is pissed. Tucker, like, he's sitting there seething, seething. Like, he's looking at Cedric like, oh my, like, daggers. He like, and Tucker doesn't keep his mouth shut either. He's just like, that wasn't part of the plan, man. I think he says F you, Cedric, or like he says something where like the blurb gets cut off, so we don't see it. We don't see what he said, but I think he probably said something like "F you, Cedric," or "F you, boy," something like that. And he's just like, that wasn't part of the plan. Um, he says sorry to MJ. He's like, you weren't supposed to be sitting there. We're supposed to be getting the strong players out, the strong power out. He's like, I'm coming after you, like he's like, at this point he's not like yelling, he's kind of like mumbling, but it's clear. His words are like clearly coming out. Um, but yeah, Tucker basically declares war with Cedric, and then Tucker gets up to end the veto ceremony. He's midway to closing the little container, but NJ stands up, and she's like, "Actually, the veto ceremony is not over." And she takes out her little America's veto, and she puts it around her neck, and she's like, "I'm gonna use my America's veto and take myself off the block." And funny thing is, she actually talked about this on the feeds later on, and she said that the meeting had to actually like take a pause, and she had to, I guess, get a little production assistant, PA, to come like deliver, or I don't know if she had to go and get it, or it was delivered to her. I think she had to go and get it. Um, she had to go and get her veto, and then she came back and she sat back down. She sat back down on the couch, and then that's whenever she had her moment of saying, "Actually, it's not." Um, so all the shocked faces are pretty. I don't know if they took them while she was like walking away to go get something, or everyone's just pretending to be shocked because they already know she has something because she had to go get something. And almost everyone already knew except for like Angela that MJ had a power. Um, so MJ uses the power, and Angela's just like, "This is Big Brother. This is fucking Big Brother." Like she's like cursing. um, and then Ainsley pops up, and she basically says, "Nah, like America." She just used America's veto, so now America gets to pick who replaces Mackenzie's spot, not Cedric, the HOH, America. So basically, anybody can be renommed, anybody who's not safe or who's not like already on the block. Um, so to list those off, it's Quinn, Joseph, Rubina, Cam, Chelsea, Brooklyn, Leah, and Tikor. I don't think I'm missing anybody because I'm looking at my list. If I am, that's my bad. I forgot about you. Did I say Joseph? um, and like one of the last things that we get is Quinn saying seems like Tucker's really pissed off at whoever has the second power. Guess that he really wants to get that person out. um, and he's just like, I don't care, Tucker, because you just poked the bear that's the most insulated. And so, like, he thinks he's untouchable. Sorry to say, Gwen, but you are not untouchable. People are side eyeing you. So, we'll see how this goes in the rest of the season because I think Quinn's in trouble. I think he is. And it's just starting off with Tucker. And Tucker's already pretty, like, he's not a great op to have. He's not. So, we end with Quinn being very, I don't even know how to say the word. Egotistic. Like, he thinks he's on top of the world. And we also end in the opposite side where it's just Tucker furious at Cedric for betraying him, for backstabbing him in his point of view. That's what Cedric did. And then there's Cedric who's just like, oh, I had to do that. Yeah, I wanted no blood on my hands, but now I got two people pissed at me, MJ and Tucker. Tucker being probably the worst person to have pissed off at you. So yeah, I'ma just end it there. If you like the video, press the like button. If you want to leave a comment down below, please. I would love to hear from you guys. Um, and subscribe because I would really like that. I would love to see people are enjoying my videos. Bye bye.